Yes, the boohoo effect here. I noticed Elliot Grandathal. He's posted a video. He's made 2, 3 of them about me. I haven't responded. I generally just notices his negative comments towards me, with the ones that I'm exchanging with, whether it's Tracy or Trollop, of course. But this guy has a lot of things to say. So he feels victimized, offended, and he doesn't clearly see himself for what he really is. He's a troublemaker. He's stirs up contentions, and really, it's kind of a reminiscent of a criminal mind, because this guy truly does not view himself in a clear light. I mean, he's got cognitive distortion issues. But we're going to go through his video briefly. It's 24 minutes long. This guy has a lot to say. He claims he has no time to meet up with me, to debate me specifically, today. But yet he can post a video that's almost a half an hour long during the time that I'm here available. He can post this video, take a long walk, and I'm here available when he's available, but he doesn't want to meet up with me. So this is basically 24 minutes of excuses. Deflection. Let's take a listen.
I noticed Boohoo made a video on myself and Tracy, and he was sounded a little pissed off.
No, I'm just responding to your continual taunts and ridicule, and I give it back to you, and you don't like it. I see you in the chat logs, dummy. I see you on the video threads making derogatory comments to myself. And you're excluding that so you embolden your narrative that you're creating, attempting to create in this video.
Challenging us to a debate.
Well, why not? I mean, you have such a problem with me. If we can't settle it through videos, commenting on threads, you're continuing it all. So why not just debate? I got time slots. I can be available for that. But let's continue.
Instead of saying anytime, any place, he wanted to demand exactly where and exactly when and exactly...
Yeah, because I'm on a schedule. I work all week. I got chores and obligations, errands to do when I get off work. And then I gotta sleep. Trolling is last on my list. Unlike yourself, it's probably first on your list. And I highly suspect that you're unemployed. I don't view you as a productive citizen. I don't. You're home today, available. It's almost 3:30 my time. What are you, a few hours ahead of me? You're at what, 6:30? What'd you do today? My guess is you've been trolling. You've been checking out videos, making comments. Let's continue.
Exactly. Oh, Boohoo, you're funny. You're funny. I think you already knew what the answer was, being so specific and so demanding.
I'm not being demanding. I'm asking you to meet me on this time slot. Today. You're speaking right now freely. You got a phone. I'm guessing you're on your phone. You can tie in to Tracy's live. I can meet you there or whatever. Wherever. I don't care. I don't run lives. I just not going to get into it. I don't have time to sit on the computer, in live shows and chattering all day. I do videos to address specific matters, and they're posted on a limited time. I get in there, post a video, and it's done.
As if we're so stupid to walk up into a hornet's nest.
What hornet's nest? One-on-one. Look, if you're that afraid of thinking you're going to walk into a hornet's nest, then I can, pick a channel of mine and, learn the ropes of doing lives, and we can meet on a channel of mine, or you can do the same thing. I don't care. Look, I don't have an account open to do lives. I mean, YouTube has to go through the paces and set that up for you on your channel. And I don't have that set up. I thought it would just be easier, more swift to just go to somebody that is experienced with doing live shows. You're not walking into any hornet's nest. All right? This is not even paranoia. This is just an excuse. You're deflecting. You're talking your way out of it under the ruse that, you are being set up.
However, I wanted to talk about some things. Apparently, you're looking at what's on the screen. Do you know who Socrates is? Well, he's a Greek philosopher. He's accredited with being the father of modern Western philosophy, as well as Western moral thinking. I noticed Boohoo prides himself in having high moral standards, probably higher than everyone else.
I never stated how high my morals are, but if I see something in front of me that is immoral, I'll say something. I never stated that I have the highest of morals, but compared to some people in this little area, yes, my standards are higher, but you don't see me boasting about it. Apparently, you are threatened by my stance in morals. Otherwise, you wouldn't be going into this area. I don't think I am superior to you. Now, you're getting off the subject here. You're running off the playing field and into a whole nother sport here. All right? I'm addressing you and your specific problems and the specific catalysts that set this exchange off with you and I. And then what do? You go into your little group and start your ridicule, your taunting. Let's move on.
Here. He has the highest standards out of all the trolls on YouTube, doesn't he? He gets very, very upset, very taken aback. Comment. He gets very, very upset.
No, Elliot, you do. Ever since I disagreed with the Frank Jardim failed fake docs, you got upset. And ever since then, you've been whining around on the threads, in chat rooms. You are upset, making childish little comments, taunting me, ridiculing me. Oh, Boohoo, we're all laughing at you. Oh, Boohoo is crying. You sound like a little child. You're the one that is sensitive, Elliot. I've never seen anything like it. I thought everything was okay on that thread of mine. I said I disagree. I asked you, maybe that was a little too harsh and you got a little too sensitive, but I asked you, why are you trying to push this Frank docs onto me? I've been through this failed docs 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I made a video about it way back then.
Very taken aback. Now, there's a couple things I want to say in reply to YouTube. Boohoo. Haha. In reply to Boohoo, there's a couple things I want to say. Taking into account of what it says here, because you wanted to debate, didn't you? That's what you wanted, right? You want to debate? Well, what does it say here? When the debate is lost, slander becomes a tool of the loser. Slander. Boohoo, you've slandered me. Yes, you have. You've made quite a few videos on myself. Now, I can't speak for anybody.
Now, let's talk about this slander allegation you're bringing up. You went on to Night Saber's page. I don't care if it was one word. It was designed to get under my skin and to try to frame me, to agree with Night Sabers of me being Professor Doom. And the title of Night Saber's video was, calling me a felon. And you got on that page. It wasn't a matter of being too sensitive. When you made that comment, interesting, you were contemplating the truth in what Night Sabers was claiming. You were upset. That action showed sensitivity on your part. And yes, Night Sabers has been around these parts for a long time, and he is a known pedo. And yes, you do support him, despite the evidence, the clear evidence presented. You still supported that, and it disgusted me, and I called you out for it.
Yeah, I'm only speaking for me here.
We're already almost 11 minutes in. We're going to have to continue.
You're going to say what you say. You're going to do what you do. Whatever. I'm indifferent to the whole situation, and I still stand on that.
This has nothing to do with indifference. It has to do with your actions. It has to do with you throwing a temper tantrum after that little exchange on my thread about Frank Jardim. I don't believe he's Frank Jardim, and you are not going to push or bully me into thinking he is. I am done with following people's leads on failed doxes. I did my personal research, mine, not yours, buddy. And I concluded that he is not Frank Jardim. You need to accept that. You are stalking an innocent man and his family. And you know damn well Night Sabers is a pedo. Everybody knows that. The evidence is out there, and you chose to overlook it. That is not slander. It is not slander if it is true. Now, I don't know if you want me to take this guy by his shirt and drag you to his front door, with him confessing to what he does. It's unrealistic in your thinking. This is a troll field. You gather information in bits and pieces, you put it together, and it spells something, especially when things are coming out of their own mouths. The mouths of the victim. The victim stated that Night Sabers is impersonating her. You can't get more solid, hard evidence than that, and you chose to ignore that.
Point. I am still indifferent to the whole situation. Saying, hey, look, let's hash this out. Let's talk this out. Let's debate it. Even you want to go live, debate it. And if
now you mentioned that, why didn't I offer the debate earlier? I'm offering it now because you continue to make your little snide comments, to badmouth me, where you're safe in your little group, in your chat rooms. I'm doing it now because it appears that you're not going to stop. So I thought, look, let's just hash it out, work it out live, because nothing else seems to be working. I have a time slot today, all day. I'm here. And apparently you have some free time too.
If you were confident in yourself, you would have said any place, anytime.
I can't say any place, anytime, dummy. Now, I give you the venues, the platforms that can be available for us to meet together. I can't say anytime. I'm on a schedule. Apparently, you are not. See, that's the problem with trolls that are not working. They assume because they live a lifestyle of doing nothing. They're probably living off of their parents or a relative or on SSI in a small dump apartment. All right? And you're in that mindset that everybody else has all this time. I don't. All right? I have some free time on Tuesdays. Almost every Tuesday I have a time slot where I'm available. Even some Fridays. Now, you took the time to do this video. Almost a half an hour. You're whining and crying, creating this narrative, and it's all based on deflection because you don't want to debate me, apparently.
My channel, your channel, any place, anytime. No, but you're so busy.
Look, I can delve into getting into doing a live, just for those specific times that I'm available on my channel, if that makes you feel more comfortable. You can do it also on your channel. Just let me know which channels you prefer to do it on.
You have to set certain parameters, and you have to set certain...
Yes, responsible people have to set certain parameters. That's just life, Elliot. People are on schedule. At least productive people are on schedules. Apparently you are not. I can't just wake up, and do things hither and thither, where the day takes you, which way the wind ever blows. I can't do that. I got bills to pay. I got responsibilities. All right? You need to understand that responsibilities. Trolls are on the bottom of my list. And so is my pride. I can care less about you guys. You don't pay my bills. My employer pays my bills. You don't. That's life. Suck it up. Accept it. People have responsibilities in life. Especially a grown man like you should have responsibilities in life. Grow up, Elliot.
Certain demands and things like, no, it has to be here. And some friends of mine, matter of fact, they live in Washington State, not far from you.
Oh, is this another veiled threat, huh? Are you threatening me? Oh, you're sending my video to people in Washington. Who cares? Send them. I'm not ashamed of anything that I state in my videos. I stand behind them.
One of my friends said, who the fuck is this guy? Is he crazy? Is he fucking... They laughed.
Well, if you think you know where I live, come to my door. Have your friends come to my door.
They laughed. You had no idea how fucking fun...
This is just a psychological attempt to get in my head. This is all what this is. This guy is upset. He's injured mentally because, I've been making fun of him, and now he feels the need to return the favor because he's hurt. He's sensitive, he's upset, and he's just merely trying to get back at me. That's what this is about.
Very demeaning what they had to say about you.
Oh, I'm so hurt.
Yeah, you might present it as true. I don't really care. I think everybody here knows about you.
Yes, they do. And when I see wrongdoing, whether it's somebody that I'm in good with, I will call them out. I called out Tracy. I called out Gam. And you mentioned in this video somewhere that Gam had chased me off? No, I've been arguing with Gam for a very long time. There's just certain actions that you take for certain situations.
I think it's pretty obvious as to who Boo-Hoo is. And I sat back and I said, go ahead, do whatever you got to do. You know why? Because I know at some point a mirror will be held up to you and say, this is what you're doing. This is who you are. Because let's be honest with you. Words don't mean anything. Actions mean everything.
What are your actions? When have you stood against Tracy? Did she ever explain her creed? An eye for an eye? She's saying that if somebody stalks her kids, she's going to stalk their kids. She's on video, audio, stating that she will stalk people's kids. Do you agree to that? Where are your actions against that? Where are your actions that says that that is wrong?
And your actions spoke volumes. Now, I never replied to those things.
I have never had exchanges drag out this far. You are one of the biggest crybabies I've ever ran into out of with myself since my inception in 08. You're the biggest baby, and this is still going. And I don't know who in the hell you are. You're just somebody that clung on to this area because Agent 19 intimidates you that much. Now, I made amends with certain ones I've been exchanging with for 11 years. How long do you want this to go on in your eyes, Elliot? Huh? 20 years? 25 years? Until we all expire? How long is enough? I made an agreement for peace sake, not because I agree with everything they've done in their past. All right? When I make peace with somebody, it doesn't mean I'm agreeing with their actions in the past. You don't know that because you don't want peace. You want conflict, arguing, hatred. And then you preach religion when the very epitome of a Christian is supposed to be love. Love for yourself, love for God, love for neighbor. But you want to hate. And you view me making a peace treaty, so to speak, as me agreeing with their past actions instead of at face value. You stand for hatred. So I'd respect you better if you don't preach Christianity, because you're the opposite of what a true Christian is. Love your God. Love your neighbor.
Oh, I made a little funny thing here or there or whatever, but I never spoke to those things. I never spoke to those. I never returned fire on you And when you called me names and you made...
Yes, you have. You've been agitating things. You won't shut up. You're on Trollop Rules' threads, agitating things, calling me names, ridiculing me. You're on Tracy's live chats doing the same thing. You don't see what you're doing. You got some serious cognitive dysfunctional issues about you. You're distorted in your views on your own actions. You need to do what's that crotch vomit always say? A self-inspection. An inner inspection of yourself and your own actions. You accuse me of being sanctimonious. Why? Because I try to do the right thing? Because I stand up to people that justify stalking children? You're hanging around somebody that stalks children.
Fun of me. And you did whatever, which is very childish.
I gotta quit here. I'm at 20-some minutes. Let's read a couple comments. Okay, comment from Molly Crotch Vomit, and not a word from about Katie lying about Craigslist ads and bestiality porn. Where have you been? You claim you've been lurking. You think you're some new phenomenon that is coming around, expressing and calling out this groundbreaking, questions to Katie or whoever. I've been calling out certain ones with these allegations for years. And you act like you're doing something new here. Quit lying. You're being deceptive here. I, of all people, have been calling out certain ones for their actions. Ask Katie. We've been going at it for 11 years. You're not doing anything, new here. You're not doing anything here groundbreaking, Molly. Funny how he demands debate but won't address his good friend. I'm not good friends with Katie. If she wants to be civil to me and be peaceful, I'll accept that. You see, you're trying to make it into, a gangland situation. Teams. I'm on her team. I'm not on your team. Refusal to debate us. Katie's good friend. Ask Katie about that. That's not my thing. That's not my business. You address that to Katie. With her stalker buddy, Pam Cook. Yeah, your old friend there? Why were you friends with her? You haven't changed. You're still the same person. You're trying to dox me to this day. You're on Trollop Rules thread, trying to dox me. Why? Why, Molly, huh? I haven't been stating your full name. You want to silence me because you can't handle me. Because I come at you with real principles and facts. He figures if he deflects enough, people will forget all about it. Look, you stalked Tracy's daughter. Don't lie. You're the child stalker. You posted up, you made up a channel and it had Gam's son on it and Katie's address. That was a threat to stalk Gam's family. You're a stalker, Crotch Vomit. You have stalked Tracy's family. Tracy's family was stalked and just completely ridiculed and, pile-drived for years because of you, because you're a stalker. You're the one that found Tracy and her family. And now you've been trying to look for me for 11 years. And just yesterday, you posted up, where you had Trollop Rules post up something. Apparently that's supposed to depict me. You're still at it. You want to find out my personal information so you can stalk me and my family. That's what that means. Not a word about Katie. Yeah, take that up with Katie. I'm not Katie's sponsor. I'm not her agent. I'm going to have to end this, so we'll see you in the next one.